Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about our fragrances. We are talking about our fragrances like they're friends. Obviously, I got nothing to do today. Saturday evening, I have my wine, I'm chilling, and I was like, what can we do? Let's talk about our fragrances like they were our friends. So sometimes in my videos, you may realize that I talk about my fragrances like they're friends. Today, we are going to describe some of my fragrances and the type of friends that I think they would be. It would be cute if you could, it would be nice if you can do it with me. So as I mentioned these scenarios, you could think about the fragrances that you have in your head, and then you could see what friends they would be. Let's have some fun. We love fragrances. We always talk about fragrances. Sometimes we get serious. Today is a chill day. Drink your wine, drink your tea, drink your kombucha, whatever you're drinking. Let's just talk about our fragrances like your people. So let's jump right into it. Now, the first one we're going to be talking about are the fake friends. The ones who show up, you love them, you tell them all your secrets, and you think they're going to stick around for a long time. And then as soon as you tell them your secrets and you think they're going to be good friends, they disappear and they start telling your business to everybody else. Or you just never see them again. They ghost you. That friend for me is Angelique Noir. She shows up for like a half an hour and then she's gone. You don't smell her. For some reason, I love the smell of the fragrance because it has a nice green note. It's a classic vanilla. But Angelique Noir and even Spirituous Double Vanille, they do not show up. They don't stay around. So those are my fake friends. They come around for a little bit. They stick around. They act nice. You love them. You fall in love with them. And then within no time, they're gone, never to be seen again. So those are my fake friends. Let me know who are your fake friends in your collection. I want to know. I don't have them only because they're fake friends for me. Lovely fragrances, I love them, but they just don't show up. They don't stay around. They don't stick around for me. So those are my fake friends. Now, the classy friend. She's the classy friend. She comes around not often, just a few times per year. She is that lovely friend that you love to have. She's pretty. She's a friend who always will be your friend. Every year you could call on her and she's gonna be there for you. She's gonna show up when you need her, not for a very long time, but she's gonna show up. Very pretty, she's your classy, rich, bougie friend. When she shows up, she dresses well. She's just always top from head to toe. She looks amazing. But she's only for a certain time of year. She's not the friend who you're going to have all year round. But best believe when she shows up, you're going to have a good time. And she is Windflowers by Creed. Windflowers is just this classy, bougie, very feminine, very girly fragrance. It's a spring fragrance. It's a spring summer fragrance. So once it starts to get cool, she gonna stay in the house and she's not coming out until it starts to get warm again. But she's very classy, very bougie. She's just that friend who is very uptight. Now you also have another classy friend. Let's talk about the classy friend who she's very classy. She's very uptight. She always dresses well. Head to toe, she looks amazing, right? She's the friend who's you can talk to this friend for hours. She's the friend who will be on the phone with you, just cool, laughing, remembering old time. But she's the classy friend. So when let's say you want advice for like dressing up, going to nice restaurant, bougie places, nice events, she's gonna be your go-to friend. She's the one you're gonna turn to because she's just always immaculate. Wears a nice handbag, nice jewelry, nice clothes. She's just this classy, elegant friend in your life where when you go out with her, just best believe you're going to the best places. You're going to drive in the nice car. You're going to have the best experience. And when you take the girls trip with her, you're going to go to the best places. And she is a Valaya. She is that friend who's very classy, very sophisticated. very secure bag. She got her bag, and she's going to introduce you to all bougie, classy, elegant places, but she sticks around. She's that friend who you will have for a long time. She's not going anywhere, and that's Valaya. Now let's talk about the church friend. Talk about the church friend. Now when I say church friend, I want you to picture the hat, the corset. She's the older, more mature. So she's probably one of your older friends, very mature. But when she goes to church, she dresses up for church. She wears her hat, always in the heels, the nice dress. Sometimes you wonder if she's just going to church or she has places to go after. But she's that more mature, older friend that you have. And that's none other than Coco Mademoiselle. Coco Mademoiselle is an OG. She's the, when I think about church or classy or older, more mature, I think about Coco Mademoiselle. It's just that fragrance that you have in your collection. That's just, it's, yeah, it's mature. It's for the 40 and older club. Yes, it's for us. But it is just this nice, mature, elegant, dressing up, church loving fragrance. And that is Coco Mademoiselle. Now let's talk about the pretty friend. She's the pretty friend who will show up to a party. She will show up to an event with you. She's not going to stay long. She's not going to talk to many people. She's just there in her own little bubble. You got to come close to her. But when you do come close to her and you talk to her and you get her to open up a little bit, you will realize that she's a sweet girl. She's just this sweet, reserved, introverted friend who don't do too much. She doesn't talk to many people. She doesn't say too much, but she is so sweet. Now, I will tell you, she's the friend who is also going to skip the party. She's going to be there for a few hours, and then after that, she's going to be like, bye, it was nice having me, and she's gone. If you invite her to a house party, she's going to be there. She's going to be in the prettiest dress. She's going to be in her corner taking pictures, but she's not going to stay long. She's not going to be the last to leave. She's not one of those. She's also not going to be the one to talk the crowd, read the room, work the room. No, she's that reserved, pretty friend. You know, you have that pretty friend who's just soft-spoken, really sweet, stick to herself and dips after a few hours. That is none other than Elang in Gold. She is very pretty, very nice. You got to come into her bubble to smell her. But she is a beautiful summer, pretty floral fragrance. The Ylang Ylang, it has the coconut. Those mixes very well together. So she's this pretty girl, but you got to come close to smell her. And then after 4 hours, baby, she's nowhere to be found. She's gone. You gotta bring her back. So, but she's the pretty reserved friend in the corner, and that's Elang in Gold. Have you ever had this obnoxious friend? She's your ride or die. You love her to death. You are old. You grew up. You went to school together, and you've been friends since forever and a day. But she's obnoxious. She's loud. You can't take her anywhere. You can't take her on a plane because, baby, she gonna show up and she gonna show out. You can't take her to church because she's gonna be too loud. You can't take her anywhere where you gotta be in close proximity to people because she's very loud, very obnoxious. She's just suffering. You gotta be like, calm down. You doing too much. She's the, you gotta reel her back in. She's that friend because she's just always doing too much. Sometimes she can be very offensive. Sometimes you gotta be like, okay, calm down, come back. Too much, right? So this friend, you just gotta be careful where you take her, where you go with her, because she's just not for everywhere. She's not for every place. She is more for like very outdoor. She is for maybe nighttime. She's just not for the weak of heart. So again, you just gotta pick your crowd when you're taking her with you. And that is the Armin Amber Gold, and this is the gold edition. When I tell you loud, strong and loud, this is her. She can't go on a plane. Do not take her on a plane. You're gonna offend the entire plane. Do not take her to church. It's going to be too much, too loud, too overbearing. Do not take her to work. It's going to be too much. People are going to be saying, okay, you're giving me a headache. She's one of those few rare friends you take in doses. She's the doses friend. You take her in doses, and you just gotta not do too much of her because she's very strong. And it's very nice though, but very loud. So that's why, she's not used a lot because, again, you can't take her to many places. You got to select where you take her and how much of her you take. So this is Amber, but pretty scent, very nice. Just she always do too much. Let's talk about the younger, cuddly, sweetest little sister that you have. You argue, you fight, you make up. She's the sister that you're gonna make up with. She's the sister that you're gonna argue with. You're gonna go on vacation and you're gonna argue about something for a few minutes, and then you're gonna breeze out, and then you're gonna come back. She's also the sister and friend who, if you get in a fight, she's not gonna be the one to stay. She's gonna be the one to run. And then when the fight is over, she's going to come back and be like, hey, you okay? I'm so sorry. She's not going to fight with you. She's not sticking around for a fight. But best believe, she's going to be there for you for a long time. But she's going to come back. She's going to leave when it gets rough. She's going to reappear. She's going to tell you sorry. Because you love her so much, you're going to forgive her. So she's the one that, as I said, for the fight, if you start fighting someone, she's not the one who's gonna fight with you. You have that friend, if you start to get into a fight, she's gonna be like, who we're fighting? She's not the one. She's gonna leave, hide, watch the fight, and then come back and protect you. Or she's gonna leave, call the police, and then come back and say, I went to get the cops, you okay? And that's none other than Baccarat Rouge. She's my favorite, so we're not gonna talk too bad about her. But a lot of you say she disappears, she goes away, she comes back, you can smell her, and sometimes you smell her, sometimes you don't. So yes, she does the disappearing act ever so often, but guess what? She comes back. She's the one who's gonna reappear. And she's gonna reappear like, hey, I'm here. How was it going? You thought I was leaving? Now I'm back. This is Baccarat, but guess what? She's just that friend for life that you'll always love no matter what. Now let's talk about the real older sister. The sister, when you're going through it, you can call her. The sister who's gonna give you advice. The sister or the mother who's gonna hug you and hold you and just be there for you. And you're gonna feel that love. You're gonna feel that comfort. So when they hug you or when you call them and they're going to be crying with you, they're going to be talking to you, and sometimes you're just going to be listening to you, and you're going to be talking and venting, and they're also the ones who are going to be around with you. They're also going to be the one who with you for the long time, the long haul. This is going to be your older sister, your best friend, the mother figure in your life, the person you could always rely on, count on, and they're always gonna hug you first, and then you could talk. For me, that's Rosenda Matu 5. This, even though it's sensual and it's musky and it's ambery, yes, it's all of that, but it's so comforting for me. This is a comforting fragrance for me. So anytime I feel like I need a hug or I just need to be wrapped up, this is the fragrance for me. It is very comforting. Now, this is your musky, sensual, ambery fragrance, as I said before, but it's so comforting. It is so warm. It's so cozy. It's a hug. It's so fuzzy. So I love her for this one. Let's talk about the girly friend. She's very girly, very pretty. She's another pretty girl who will show up. She will show up for you. She's so pretty. When she shows up, she's gonna be in the prettiest dress, the pink dress, the white dress. She's gonna be, and you're gonna be like, no, you overdressed. We're just going to grab a drink, or we're just going out to just eat some wings. But she dresses like she's going to brunch on a Sunday. She's that girly friend. And when I tell you, she's the friend who, listen, I'm gonna come out with you, I'm gonna be there for a good time, but not a long time, right? And then this is the friend who only comes out at a certain time too. Once it get cold, she's not your friend. She's not coming out. She's gonna love you from afar. Once it starts to get warm, she's gonna be your overdressed, pretty, girly, very classy, elegant friend who's gonna show up for a few hours, and that's gonna be Dama Bianca. This is such a girly, sweet, not sweet, but a girly, feminine, classy vanilla fragrance. It opens up with a little bit of freshness, but then it dries down to this soft, powdery vanilla fragrance. Very nice, very cozy. So yes, she's the friend for the spring, summer, who's gonna give you a good solid 4 to 6 hours, and that's it. She's gonna come over dressed for brunch. She's gonna come over dressed for errands. She's gonna come over dressed for everything, and she's not gonna stay with you. She's gonna be like, hey, I gotta go, I gotta run, I gotta go see my family, I gotta go see my husband, or my husband is picking me up in a jet, and we gotta fly here, or we gotta go to the bougiest of place. She's the friend. She's that friend. Few hours. She's gonna show up for you whenever you're ready. You call her once it's warm. You can always call on her. But best believe after about 3 hours, she's gonna be like, bye. I gotta go. I gotta go see. I got things to do. She's this friend. She's not gonna stick around, but she's always gonna be that overdressed friend for every event. Now you know you have that friend who is sweet. She's the sweetest friend probably you have. She's very popular, and because she's so sweet, everyone love her. And when I tell you she is in for the long haul, she's your sweetest, longest lasting friendship, and that is Bianco Latte. Bianco Latte is just a nice gourmand fragrance who is so sweet, who is so popular, but popular for a reason. It is a beautiful vanilla, sweet caramel fragrance. Love this. It's long lasting. So she's that friend who will be with you for a long time. She's the friend who's gonna show up when it's cold, especially when it's cold and you need her. She's gonna be there. When you want to hug her, you just want to be cozy, or you just want to be wrapped up on your couch with some hot cocoa or some hot chocolate, and you just want to be wrapped in watching a movie, she's gonna be right beside you, cheering you on, watching that movie with you. She's just that cozy friend. Even when you watch 2-3 movies with her, she's gonna still be there like, hi, we're still here drinking our hot chocolate, because she's that type of friend. She's that friend who you've had for a while. She's just the sweetest friend, and because she's so sweet, she has many friends, but no matter what, she's gonna make time for you, she's gonna spend time for you, and she's gonna last as long as you want her to be. She's gonna last as long as you want her to, and that's Bianco Latte. Now let's talk about the party friend, the friend who will be down to go smoke some hookah, the friend who'll be like, let's go to the club, let's turn up. Oh god, I don't have any friends like that because I'm old for that. But for the young folks, if you're watching this and you have the young people in your life who just want to go out and party till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and they just gonna dance, they know every song, and they're gonna party, and even at 2 in the morning they're still gonna be showing up and showing out, is none other than Good Girl. She is loud, she's a pretty girl, dresses very well, but she's for the party. So if you want to go smoke some hookah, you want to chill with some friends, you want to spend time, you want to go to the club and you're into the club and the nightlife, she's the friend you take with her, because she gonna show up, she gonna have fun, she gonna, even at 2 a.m. she gonna be like, hey, what else do you want to do? Where else can we go? She gonna be that friend, but she's pretty and she gonna dress very well. She gonna bring the boys to you. So if you are single and you go out with her, best believe you're gonna find a boy who wanna hang on to you for the night. She's that girl. She attracts everybody, the right ones and the wrong ones. So you gotta know how to sift through them, because she's just that friend. She's just the life of the party. She's the fun girl. She is just the good girl, but the bad girl. Good girl. She's the best friend. She's that girl. She's the girl that you will have no matter what. She's gonna be your friend for life. She's the best friend that you tell everything. The others, you have their best friends, but they don't know your deepest, darkest secrets. She's your day one, and she's the one that will always be in your life. She's just that friend. If you get in a fight with this one, she's gonna be right there fighting. She's gonna be like, who we fighting? Who else? Next, she gonna fight everybody for you. She gonna be in the fight with you. Even when you stop fighting, she gonna fight everybody else, because she's just that friend. She is that friend who you could trust with anything. She's that friend where you could be like, if you have a friend or even a boyfriend and you break up, she's mad with that boyfriend too. She goes through life with you. This one, she's the friend for life, and that's none other than the Lena exclusive. Now, let's talk about the friend that just love your company. This is the friend that she's obsessed with you. She loves you. You go out, you have a great time. People love you. You go out and you're just the life of the party. If you go to brunch, you steal the show. If you go to dinner, you steal the show. No matter where you two go, you are just the life of the party. You're the center of attention. Everybody loves you. But she's that friend when you're tired and it's like time to go, you're like, okay, we'll see each other tomorrow or next. She's like, no, let's continue. She's the friend who, even when you come home and you shower, she's still like, hey, where are we going? And like, no, it's bedtime. She's not done. She is the friend who is never done. She's the friend for days. She will party with you today, say, I'm sleeping over. Let's go brunch the next day. Let's go dinner the next day. She's that friend who you gotta, sometimes even when you shower and you come out, she's still there like, hi, what else are we doing? What are we up to? What else can we do? She wants a whole weekend. She's not the friend who you plan brunch with. No, she wants brunch. She wants dinner. She wants to do movie after dinner. And then the next day she want to do it all over again. And that's none other than Guidance. Guidance is just that friend who stick around. This is the fragrance that stick around on your clothes for days. I have a jacket that I wore to work, and I want to tell you, maybe about a week after I pull out that jacket, Guidance was still strong on the jacket. You have to wash this fragrance out your clothes. You can't put it on a coat and think you're gonna wear the coat again. It's gonna be there. This fragrance, there's something in this fragrance it just won't let go. It won't let go until it goes into soap and water. That's how strong this fragrance is. It is a powerful powerhouse that's gonna stay with you for the long time, the good time, the bad time, no matter what you're going through. This friend, she's that friend who will always be with you. This is the truth. This is like a husband or a wife. This is through thick or thin till death do us part. That's this friend. That's how I should describe her. She's the husband, the wife. This is the wedding vows. This is the wedding vows of them all. To thick or thin till death do us part. This right here will be with you. That's Guidance. But oh my god, that was so much fun to talk about my fragrances like they were for fun. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And these are just some of my fragrance that when I describe them like they were people. They show up, they are there for a long time. They're there for a good time, not a long time. They're just all over the place. But I love my fragrances so much that I give them I put them in categories. I do crazy things with my fragrance. So if you're like that, just comment. Just subscribe, because you're just like me. We're the same. We're one of the same. If you enjoyed this video, again, my name is Tamara. I love to do fragrances here. Love to talk about fragrances, and I am a collector. I'm collecting, and I love fragrances. Fragrance just changes my mood just like that. So if you love fragrances and it brings you to different places, or it just changes your mood or uplift you, then subscribe, join the family, because I would love to have you, because you're just like me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I get to see you in the next one. Bye.